All right, so later tonight, Houston, Auburn, Tennessee, St. John's among the luminaries that will be playing. Also, Rick Pitino and St. John's feels like a feel-good story. Like Pitino feels like a feel-good story. And who would have thought that? If you go back to what happened at Louisville, he was coaching in Greece. I remember when he came back and he got the job at St. John's, and I said to Fritzy, I said, reach out to Pitino. And I think it was St. John's. I don't think it was Iona, but he went from cross town. We were in New York, and he wanted to be on the show. Was he going to Iona or St. John's, Fritzy? Do you remember that day?
I have to check. I thought he was going to Iona, but you may be right.
But he goes and he spends 2 years, and then he turns the team around. That's his MO. He's done that every place he goes. Now, was he a great NBA coach? No. But he's the kind of coach that's a control freak, and college he can control. He can make you play. His style, he has different styles, but Jim Boeheim was saying, if you're going to say Coach K's the greatest coach, let's take John Wooden out of it. Rick Pitino's right there with Coach Mike Krzyzewski. That is high praise from a Hall of Fame coach in Jim Boeheim. Yes, Marvin?
And I think it's the combination of Pitino and St. John's both making a comeback. Because like you said, St. John's, I don't ever remember St. John's being this good. I remember a couple of years, the Artest years, but never like this. So it seems like both of these entities have just, making big comebacks this season.
Yeah, and it's a big deal in New York. Therefore, you got the media capital and everybody writing about St. John's and Rick Pitino. But it is a really good story. If you get an opportunity and you didn't see that 30 for 30 on the Big East, watch it. And you'll understand basketball in New York at that time in the 80s, St. John's, Georgetown, Villanova, Syracuse, just to name a few of these schools. Yes, Todd?
And when he goes white on white with that suit, look out. That's trouble.
It's terrible.
It's terrible.
That is terrible.
You don't like the Tony Manero Saturday Night Fever look?
No.
It's not trouble. It's troubling.
877-3DP Show. Email address dp@danpatrick.com. Twitter handle
I'm
at DP
shocked that you
Show.
feel that way.
It's terrible. Look, I lived through the disco era, on the back end of the disco era, and I had a couple of bad outfits. I mean, they felt like they were bad in the moment, and then all of a sudden you see them after the fact, and you go, oh, my God. No wonder a woman didn't talk to me. And all of a sudden you're walking up, platform shoes, had bell-bottom pants on, tight shirt, hair parted down the middle.
I would ask you that.
Yeah. That says a lot about you, Todd. Yes, Paul.
The I-Team looked back to find when Rick Pitino debuted the white suit. It was winter of 2008 with Louisville, and he said he'd had it for a while and been waiting for the right time. The right time was when your team was 31-6. That's the perfect time to debut it. By the way, 3 months after he debuted the white suit, they won the NCAA title. Boom, boom.
How far do you have St. John's going?
I think I have them in Elite 8.
I do.
Right. Marvin?
I have them in the Elite 8, too.
Elite 8, Marvin?
I have them winning the national title.
Nice.
Do you
I do.
really?
I was close to doing that, too.
Wow.
You know who I have knocking out St. John's?
North Carolina.
Not Seton Hall, I wish. Unfortunately, they're not available. Marvin's UConn Huskies.
Oh.
Wow.
Yeah, that's right, Marvin.
Yeah.
You believe.
I'm not really sure why, because I either think they're going to lose in the first round or win the whole thing.
Same.
It's one of the two.
You can believe. Yes, Todd.
I have Johnny's 83, Duke 77 in the national title game.
Dang.
Go Red Storm.
Okay.
Yeah, we are so in the bubble.
Yes, we are. That is definitely
East Coast bias.
In the
East Coast
tri-state
bias.
bubble right now. Holy
Yeah.
smokes.
Yeah.
People
All
are
right,
like, who
some
plays
phone
for St.
calls
John's?